Hello and welcome to day one of FABForm Basics. For today, as in this entire series, all you're going to need is your Pilates ball. So we are going to get started connecting into our core and our pelvic floor. This is always how we're going to start class. It is super important to make sure that you make that mind-muscle connection, tap into it early and often, and then you can make sure that you are activating it through breath throughout class. So one hand to your rib cage, one hand to your lower belly. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Now, as you exhale, imagine you're blowing a birthday candle out across the room. Let that rib cage come down. Here we go. Inhale again. Rib cage expands at 360 degrees. Now, as you exhale, think pelvic floor lifts up. Inhale again. Pelvic floor relaxes. Now, as you exhale, that elevated door closes and lifts up. Imagine energetically pulling those hip bones together. You're really tapping into those TAs now. All right, one more. Inhale down, everything relaxes and expands. As you exhale, your pelvic floor lifts, hip bones come together, and you zip your belly button in and up. You're gonna bring your left hand down to the mat. Your right arm is gonna reach up and over. Make sure that that right hip stays anchored to the mat. And then bring it back through center. Right arm comes down, left arm goes up and over. Just gonna keep alternating here. Feel that nice stretch through that side body and breathe. Beautiful. One more, and then we're gonna hold it over on the left. So bring that left arm down, your right arm is up. We're gonna twist here. Bring that right rib cage over and down, let your chest come down towards the mat. And then inhale, open up your chest towards the ceiling. So really focusing in on that thoracic spine. So really focusing on having your rib cage rotate down. And then open up your rib cage. Pull that right side of your rib cage down. And then pull it back and open. Let your shoulder blade slide. Beautiful. Hold your chest down. Reach a little bit further with your fingertips. And then give me some wrist circles here in one direction. 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up through center. Right hand now comes down. Left arm is gonna reach, same thing. So now we're pulling that left rib cage forward and down. Feel that twist through your spine. And then inhale, open up your chest, let your shoulder blades slide down. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. Now keep that left hip anchored here. We're going through one more time. Hold that rotation, reach your fingertips a little bit longer, feel that stretch. 5 little wrist circles, one direction. 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it in through center. Keep that ball in between your knees. Both hands are coming down to the mat. Inhale, open up through your chest, arch through your lower back, your tailbone points up to the ceiling. Exhale, press your palms down into the mat. Shoulders come forward, head drops down, scoop through your lower belly. We're gonna add a little squeeze onto the ball. So relax, everything opens as you lift your chest and your chin, arch your back, tailbone to the ceiling. Exhale, round, scoop through your lower belly, squeeze on the ball, activate those inner thighs and pelvic floor. Here we go, inhale, you open and arch. Exhale, you squeeze and scoop. Give us one more. And squeeze and scoop. Find a neutral spine. Squeeze your armpits in. We're gonna inhale, shift your hips over to the right, look over your right shoulder. Exhale, shift your hips over to the left, look over your left shoulder. Keep it going, alternating through. You go for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Amazing. All right. We are gonna hit it. We're gonna come into our quadruped series. I always want to say quadruped because phonetically that's how it's spelled, quadruped series. So all fours. Ball is coming underneath your right hand. Your left leg is going straight back behind you. So, ball underneath your right hand, left hand is to the mat. Right knee is to the mat, left leg goes back, point your toes. Both hip bones are facing down towards the mat. Squeeze your armpits in, scoop through your lower belly, find that deep core engagement to start. Point your left toes. Now your focus here is that as you squeeze through your glute, because the movement is coming from your glute, not just your leg lifting up, all right? So you're squeezing your glute so hard that your leg lifts. You are pressing down onto the ball to activate those abs. Squeeze your glute, lift it up, just about hip height. If you go higher, you're gonna arch through your lower back. You're completely disconnected to your core, and that is not our focus for this move. So again, I really want you to focus on that core engagement first. So inhale for me. Exhale, zip your belly button in and up. Find that core engagement. Both hip bones are facing down. Keep it there. Inhale. Exhale, press down onto the ball as you squeeze your glute and lift your leg up. Inhale, release that tension on the ball, toes tap down. Exhale, we press and lift. Inhale, we lower tap. Now, I would always rather 4 really good reps than 10 okay reps. So focus on that squeeze through your glute. Keep those hip bones pointing down towards the mat. If you notice that you are dumping into that right hip, shift your weight a little bit more into your left hand. Even it out a bit. Now, we're gonna hold our leg at the top on your next one. So inhale here. Exhale, press down onto the ball. Lift that right leg up. Left leg, I'm sorry. You just float your right leg. That left leg up. Flex your foot, nice strong flex. Keep the tension on the ball as you bend through your left knee. And then exhale, extend through that left knee. Bend and extend. I want you to focus on your knee staying at just about the same height through the entire motion because your glute is stabilizing you. Keep it going. Use that ball to activate through those upper abs. We hold the bend in 3, 2, and 1. Hold that bend. I want you to take the ball, put it behind your left knee, and we're gonna drop down to both of our forearms. Elbows are in nice and tight. Inhale, your knee comes down, squeeze that ball. Exhale, press your heel up towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Keep the squeeze on the ball. Your hamstrings are gonna be firing and it's gonna feel great. You got the glute going, you got the hamstrings glowing. All right, and you're breathing. Don't forget about the core, okay? Your elbows are underneath your shoulders, not dropping down into them. Hold that leg low in 2 and 1. Right forearm stays down, left hand comes to plant, little bend through that left elbow. Open up your left hip. Inhale here at the bottom when your knees are together. Exhale, lift it up to the side so your inner thigh is facing down towards the mat. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, you lift. You have a little opening here through that left hip to give yourself that nice range of motion. Really activate in through that side glute and breathe. Lift it up, lower down. Keep a nice long spine. We have a really fun move next. We are gonna hold that leg lifted in 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for me here at the bottom. Exhale, lift that leg up, holding it here. Inhale, bring your knee in towards your elbow, and then exhale, slide it back and open. Inhale, knee slides forward towards your elbow. Exhale, you open. You wanna work to keep that knee at the same height throughout this entire move, okay? So we're not dropping it down at any point. You're also working to keep your spine nice and long so you're not crunching in here, okay? Spine is long. You're finding this range of motion through your hip. The ball comes between your knees in 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Bring that ball in between your knees. Both hands are down. Curl your toes under. Go into a nice little bear plank hold here. So with the added fun, squeeze your armpits in. Exhale, lift your knees up to a hover off of the mat. Swing your knees over to the left. Open up as your left hand comes behind your head. Inhale, bring it back through center, reset. Exhale, swing those knees over to the right as your right hand comes behind your head. Inhale, bring it through center, reset. Keeping it going back and forth here. And breathe. Inhale as both hands are down. Exhale as you open. Give me one more over to the right. And then meet me in center. Keeping that ball in between your knees. It's helping fire up your pelvic floor and your core here. Both hands are down onto the mat. I want you to take a step back into your full plank. Squeeze the ball. Inhale, hips go all the way up. Exhale. Bring it through center. Inhale, hips pike up. Exhale, squeeze that ball as you come down into your plank. Now, if full planks aren't feeling good, you're noticing coning or doming, come down into a bear plank where your knees were in that hover, okay? Either way. Squeeze the ball and breathe for 5. 4, hitting the other side in 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Now, switching it around so you can see my working leg. The ball is coming underneath your left hand. Your right hand is to the mat. Your left knee is down, your right leg is back. Squeeze those armpits in. Inhale here, exhale, press down onto the ball. Squeeze your right glute, lift your leg up. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale. Inhale. Now again, you want to make sure that there's no deep arch through that lower back as you lift that leg and you're letting your belly fall forward, okay? You have a natural little curve in your lower back. That's fine. But just making sure you're maintaining stability through your pelvis. If you're dumping into that left leg, just put a little bit more weight into your right. Now, inhale here for me at the bottom. Exhale, press it on the ball. Lift that right leg up, flex your foot, bend, extend. Now again, we are firing in, working our hamstring. Your glute is help stabilizing that leg. Glute stays activated. Exhale as you straighten, think kick through that heel, find nice long length. Inhale, you bend. Keep it going. We are going to bring that ball behind our right knee in just a little bit less than 10 seconds. Press down onto that ball, feel your core activate. The next time your knee is bent, hold it there. Bring the ball behind that right knee and squeeze it in. Drop down to both of your forearms. Elbows are underneath your shoulders. Inhale, bring that knee down. Exhale, squeeze your glute, lift your knee back up. Inhale down, exhale up. Nice long spine here. You do not need to be looking at your quads, okay? Because that's gonna pull your spine out of alignment. I promise you that they are still there. You don't need to check in on them. All right. Keep that nice squeeze on the ball. Keep that hamstring firing. Hold your knee down in 2, in 1. Hold your knee down. Now left forearm is gonna stay right where it is. Right palm is coming in, little bend through that right elbow. Opening up that right hip just a little. Keep that flexion in your foot. Exhale, lift your knee. Inhale, lower down. Keeping the squeeze on the ball. Again, that hamstring is in an isometric hold. Keep that spine, keep that alignment. That is your goal for today, is really focusing in on that deep core connection, keeping your pelvis nice and stable, your spine nice and stable. Your rib cage is staying locked, knit in and down. We get to hold that knee up in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for me nice and deep here. Now as you exhale, you lift your knee up so that your inner thigh is facing down towards the mat. Inhale, slide your knee forward towards your elbow. Exhale, slide it back. Nice big range of motion opening up through that hip. Inhale, slide it forward. Again, you are working to keep your knee at the same height, working through that hip mobility. Your side butt is gonna be screaming at you, and that's a-okay. Again, as you bring your knee in, you're not crunching, the spine is long. Once you start to feel like as you bring your knee in, you're rounding through that lower back, that's your cue that you've reached your range of motion. Ball comes in between our knees in 3, 2, and 1. Ball comes in between our knees. Both hands are down onto the mat. Curl your toes. Inhale up. Over to the side. Right hand comes to your head. Exhale in through center. Over to the left. Left hand to your head. Inhale in through center. Beautiful. Whew, nice and slow. I want you to feel those obliques firing up as you twist to the side. You've got this. We're coming into that plank, pike, either full plank or full pike, drop it down. Now, if you're doing the bear plank, you can pop right up from here. If you're doing the full plank, bring your feet back, squeeze your armpits in. Inhale, pike it up. Exhale. Roll it out into your plank. Inhale, hips rise. Exhale. Bring it down. Keep it going. We have 2 fun little moves to close it out. I'm gonna grab that ball in our hands in just about 10 seconds. Pull that belly button in and up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Grab the ball in between your hands. Hold it right at your chest. You're gonna have your knees and ankles like railroads. Inhale here at the bottom. Exhale, squeeze the ball, lift yourself, hips up. Inhale, bring it down, hips come just to a hover. Exhale, squeeze the ball, zip your belly button in and up. Inhale down, exhale, up. Keep it going. Press your shins down into the mat as you lift your hips. And breathe, squeeze that ball. As you squeeze the ball, I want you to focus on your rib cage, knitting in and down. 3, 2, and 1. Hold your hips up nice and high. Now, find a little tuck through your tailbone. I want your shoulders to remain in front of your hips. I don't want any arching here. So find that little tuck, scoop through your belly. Your hip bones and your bottom of your rib cage are best friends. Inhale, exhale, squeeze on the ball as you hinge it back from your knees, press the ball forward, and then inhale, pull it back up. Exhale. Come back up to rise. You're gonna feel this in your quads, in your core, and breathe. This is your final move of class, and then you are done with your first day of your FABForm Basics. You've got this. I am proud of you. For 3, for 2, and 1. Whew! Bring it down, place the ball down. Send your right leg long, your left knee bends in. You can use the ball here if you want to roll it out. Just give me a few breaths. Nice big inhale. Nice big exhale. Keep it going. And then slowly roll it up. Send that left leg long again. Roll that ball out. And breathe. How did it feel? Day 1 is over. I hope that it felt good. I hope that you woke up some little tiny muscles that you forgot about. And I hope that you were able to fit it in. Now bring the bottom of your feet together. Roll those hands forward. Let your chest fall. Breathe. Give a little rock back and forth if that feels nice for you. Slowly roll yourself up. Cross your ankles, one hand to your ribcage, one hand to your lower belly, just as we started. Big inhale through your nose. Long exhale. Big inhale. Long exhale. And one more inhale. And exhale. And congratulations, you have completed your first day of FABForm. As always, I hope you feel stronger than you started, and I will see you next time. Bye.